Welcome to another video lesson in general mathematics. In this video lesson, we'll be talking about zeros and intercepts of rational functions. Simulan natin sa pag-define kung ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng intercept. The intercepts of a rational function are points where the graph crosses or cuts the x and y axis. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga points doon sa ating x and y axis na kung saan dumaan yung ating graph. Now, meron tayong dalawang types ng intercept. The first one is the x-intercept and the second one is the y-intercept. The x-intercept is basically the point in our x-axis na kung saan dumaan yung ating graph, while yung y-intercept naman natin na ito yung point doon sa ating y-axis na kung saan dumaan yung ating graph. Now, the x and y-intercept of a rational function may or may not exist. So, ibig sabihin, pwede tayong magkaroon ng isang rational function na kung saan hindi siya dadaan sa ating x-axis at hindi rin siya dadaan sa ating y-axis. Ang next naman na term na ating i-define ay ang zeros ng isang function. The zeros of a function are the values of x which make the function zero. The zeros are also the x-intercept or the x-intercepts of the graph of the function. So, ibig sabihin, pag sinabi nating zeros of a function, ito yung mga values ng x na kung saan pag sinubstitute natin siya sa ating function, magiging zero ang kalalabasan neto. So, yung ating zeros ng isang function, yun din yung x-intercept ng ating graph ng isang function. So, halimbawa, kung meron tayong graph dito, so yung mga points na nakikita natin dito na kung saan dumaan yung ating graph sa ating x-axis, in particular, itong point na ito yung tinatawag na x-intercept. At the same time, nandito din yung zero ng ating function. At yung point naman na ito na kung saan dumaan yung ating graph sa ating y-axis, ito naman yung tinatawag natin na y-intercept. So, para sa ating unang example, find the x-intercept, y-intercept, and zeros of the function f of x equals 3 minus x over x plus 1. So to find the x-intercept, equate the function to 0 or let f of x to be equal to 0. But before we will do that one, make sure na wala tayong mga common factor or factors sa ating numerator and denominator sa given natin na rational function. So in this case, since meron tayong numerator na 3 minus x at meron tayong denominator na x plus 1, wala tayong makukuha dito na common factor. So with that, we substitute f of x by 0. As a result, we have here 0 is equal to 3 minus x over x plus 1. Pagkatapos niyan, i-multiply natin both sides by x plus 1. So, ang magiging result natin ngayon, 0 is equal to 3 minus x. And then solving for x, we will have x is equal to 3. Thus, the x-intercept is at 3, 0. So, ibig sabihin, pag grinaph natin yung ating function dito na f of x equals 3 minus x over x plus 1, ito ay dadaan sa ating x-axis sa point na 3, 0. To find the y-intercept, let x to be equal to 0. Now, substituting x with 0, we will have here f of 0 is equal to 3 minus 0 over 0 plus 1. And then simplifying this, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng 3 over 1. So, ang 3 divided by 1, that is just equal to 3. Thus, the y-intercept is at 0, 3. Now, the zeros of the given rational function is 3. This value is the same as the x-intercept of the given function since, according to our definition kanina, ang zeros ng ating rational function ay ito yung point or ito yung value ng x na kung saan magiging 0 ang ating function. So, magiging 0 lamang ito kapag ang x natin ay equal sa 3. Gamit yung given natin kayo na sa example number 1, let us try to find the x-intercept and y-intercept using a different method. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito, una, we have to remove the denominator and equate the numerator to 0. So, gagawin lamang natin itong process na ito kapag meron tayong single rational expression sa ating right side ng ating equation. So, ang sabi dito, we have to remove the denominator at ang ating numerator ay equate lang natin sa 0. So, magkakaroon na lang tayo ngayon dito ng 3 minus x which is equal to 0. So, makikita ninyo, tinanggal ko na yung ating denominator at ang isinulat ko na lang dito ay yung ating numerator which is yung 3 minus x. Pagkatapos niyan, ay isosolve na natin yung x. Solving for x, meron tayong x is equal to 3. Thus, the x-intercept is at 3, 0. At para naman sa pagkuha natin ng ating y-intercept, ang kukuhanin lang natin ay yung ratio ng ating constant na makikita sa ating numerator at saka sa ating denominator. So, para mas mapadali natin yung ating process, ito yung ating given, 3 minus x over x plus 1. Tatanggalin lang natin yung ating mga may variables dito. So, ang matitira na lang sa ating numerator ay yung positive 3. Sa ating namang denominator ay yung positive 1. So, 3 divided by 1, that will give us 3. Thus, the y-intercept is at 0, 3. And of course, para sa ating 0, since the same lang naman ito sa ating x-intercept, so yung 0 ng ating rational function is at x equals 3. So gamit yung pangalawang method na aking itinuro, ay pwede natin siyang gamitin sa ating mga susunod na examples. So for our example number 2, let's find the x-intercept, y-intercept, and zeros of the function f of x is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 2 over x squared minus 4. So, ang una muna natin gagawin ay i-check muna natin kung meron tayong mga possible common factors sa ating numerator and denominator. And then kung meron man, we have to reduce the given function if possible. So, given na meron tayong numerator na x squared minus 3x plus 2, ito ay may mga factors na x minus 2 times x minus 1. At ang atin namang denominator na x squared minus 4, meron itong mga factors na x minus 2 times x plus 2. Kung makikita natin sa ating factored form dito, meron tayong common factor which is yung x minus 2. So, ang gagawin lang natin is i-cancel out natin yung x minus 2. So, ang matitira na lang sa ating numerator ay yung x minus 1 at sa ating namang denominator ay yung x plus 2. Now, pagkatapos natin ma-reduce yung ating rational function, that is the time na kukuhanin na natin yung ating x and y intercept. So, para sa ating x-intercept, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, we have to remove the denominator and equate the numerator to 0. So in this case, yung x minus 1 na lang ang ating kokopyahin. Tapos i-equate natin yan sa 0. As a result, we have here x minus 1 is equal to 0, thus x is equal to 1. Therefore, the x-intercept is at 1, 0. At para naman sa ating y-intercept, kukuhanin lang natin yung ratio ng ating mga constant na makikita natin sa ating numerator at saka sa ating denominator. So in this case here, tatanggalin lang natin yung ating variable x at ito lang yung ating kukuhanin. So, para sa ating y-intercept, that would be negative 1/2. Thus, the y-intercept is at 0, negative 1/2. At para naman sa ating 0 ng function na ito, ang x natin ay equal sa 1. At para sa ating third na example, find the x-intercept, y-intercept, and zeros of the function f of x is equal to x minus 3 over x squared minus 9. So kagaya lang din ng ginawa natin kanina, i-check muna natin kung meron tayong mga common factors sa ating numerator at saka sa ating denominator. So in this case, ang ating numerator ay hindi na natin siya maka-factor out, pero yung ating denominator, which is yung x squared minus 9, can still be factored out as x minus 3 times x plus 3. At kung makikita natin dito, meron tayong common na factor, which is yung x minus 3. So ang gagawin lang natin is we have to cancel out that 1. So ang matitira na lang sa ating numerator ay 1 at sa ating namang denominator ay x plus 3. And then after that, kukuhanin natin ngayon yung ating x-intercept. So, pag tinanggal natin yung ating denominator, ang matitira na lang sa ating numerator ay 1 and then we have to equate this 1 to 0. At kung mapapansin natin, ito ay isang false statement kasi hindi naman equal sa 1 yung 0. Thus, there is no x-intercept. Para naman sa ating y-intercept, ratio lamang ng ating constants ang ating kukuhanin. So in this case, ang ating constant dito ay yung 1 at saka yung positive 3. So pag kinuha natin yung ratio ng dalawang numbers na yan, that will give us 1/3. Thus, the y-intercept is at 0 and 1/3. There are no zeros for this particular function since wala tayong x-intercept na nakuha dito. Para sa last part ng video lesson na ito, please try to answer the following. Find the x-intercept, y-intercept, and zeros for the given functions below. The first function is f of x is equal to x plus 2 over x minus 2. The second function is f of x is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 3 over x squared minus 4x minus 5. Start. If you are done answering, then here are the answers. For the first one, the x-intercept is negative 2, 0. For the second, the x-intercept is 3, 0. For the first function, the y-intercept is 0, negative 1. The y-intercept for the second function is 0, 3/5. For the zeros of our first function, we have here x is equal to negative 2 and x equals 3 for the second function.